All right, legendary family. Today we got two Black Air Force menaces. Yes, I hope Vilgax is one day on here because he was a straight menace throughout the first two seasons. Bro was him. But today we got him going up against the other him, the Tengu Shredder. Oh, we got to give a round of applause for finally having this dragon demon on the legendary Grimlock channel. So without further ado, y'all know how we get down. We get into the meat and potatoes. And let's start off with the newcomer to this channel, Tengu Shredder. Now, this is actually pretty important because this is from one of my favorite series who gave us the baddest version of Karai. And who was definitely my second crush. Dear God, I'm going to have to contemplate my taste in women. I like women that can just straight up murder me without any hesitation here. Like, hell. But anyway, to Tengu Shredder, he actually scales to the large planetary margin. This is because he was actually able to cause a solar eclipse, and well, this actually gets around to large planetary, which is actually pretty interesting because I thought this would have been a moon level feat. But actually seeing versus Battle Wiki and the calcs here and how they explained it here, yeah, I can actually agree here. However, he actually scales above, well, the Ninja Tribunal and the Ninja Turtles when they also go into their dragon forms. You might say, legendary, didn't they beat them though? And I'm gonna have to say, hey, didn't they jump him though? I mean, they jumped this man like, oh geez, the Ninja Tribunal, every hero on Earth then jumped him, and then Dragon Ninja Turtle jumped. Yeah, they jumped this man at least like 3 to 4 times during that entire thing here. Also, justice for our boy Baxter Stockman. Dear God, I did not know he did all that until I watched CJ DeChamp's video. Both Ultron Shredder and Dragon Shredder, they got it out for this black man. Dear God. But again, he does scale above the Ninja Tribunal and the Dragon Ninja Turtles here because of how he's able to handle them. He just simply has a much higher power. Now, again, each of these guys would actually be planetary by themselves here. And I actually think this is pretty interesting because the Ninja Tribunal themselves are basically martial arts dragons. You see, in order to actually become as powerful as the Tengu Shredder here, they actually had to learn mystic arts and then channel the power of the astral plane in order to get this level of power, which is actually pretty important for Shredder's scaling here. Meaning that, again, he is in a large planetary state, but it's also possible he gets to large planetary plus here. Now, as for his hatches and abilities here, Shredder possesses telekinesis, magical energy blast. He can actually he can transmutate and manipulate the molecules of certain things here, of pretty much anything he wants here. He has regeneration, as well, they were pretty much slicing him with weapons enhanced by holy water, which I find pretty interesting. So holy water just works on every demon, right? And well, he kind of just laughed it off and just regenerated himself here. And he also has, you know, his energy blast. He has his standard energy blast from his magic, and then he has his dragon energy blast, which are more powerful. Obviously, he can turn into a dragon. His dragon form increases his strength, speed, and durability. As for his speed, I am a little on the fence about this here, but he should scale above a lot of the Ultron tech, which was capable of moving at FTL speeds. So, with that being said here, I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to him here because he is more powerful than the Ultron Shredder, and he should be, you know, faster than the Ninja Turtles in that they're base states, which have been able to dodge lasers. So that means they would also have FTL to, you know, I guess you could say somewhat immeasurable reaction and combat speed, which again is normal for even characters of a building level tier, as we have characters like Batman literally dodging light. So if you're going to give Batman dodging light feats and you like Ninja Turtles, but you're not going to give the Ninja Turtles the same thing even though they've done the same thing, then yeah, we're going to have to talk about your bias here. I'm just saying. But anyway, the only way that this man was beat was because, number one, the Ninja Tribunal were able to not only reverse his own power back onto him, as you guys saw with them absorbing, and then they were able to overwhelm him. Now again, the Ninja Tribunal are likely more powerful than the Dragon Ninja Turtles here, but again, that is a bit on the fence here, so I guess I will hear you guys out about that in the comments section. So with that being said here, I do have a universal scale for them. That is because they do use the energies of the astral plane in order to enhance themselves here. The astral plane in, well, Ninja Turtle cosmology, which is devils in Hinduism, would actually make it a universal feat here. But again, his normal tiers are large planetary, and I already discussed his hacks and abilities. So without further ado, let's move on to his opponent, the original villain, Vilgax. Now, this is going to be a bit of an update from the last time I used Vilgax. I believe the last time I used him was why Omni-Man versus Vilgax isn't closer, or can Omni-Man actually beat even Season 1 Vilgax here? Because again, the Invincible stance got on my nerves with that whole Ben 10, or that whole Omni-Man getting blitz or blitzing Ben 10,000, because, you know, he's not a killer. Like, what the is that? So again, as for speed, easily FTL, as he's able to react to accelerate, who can move so fast that time stands still, can easily dodge laser pulses being fired at him, and again is noted to be one of the fastest aliens that Ben has here. Keep in mind, this would probably put him likely faster than Waybig, who can travel through space, through cosmic storms, and actually reach hyperspace. Yeah, believe it or not, Waybig can actually do that. It's absolutely insane here that a big thing can move that fast. Now, he was also able, to thrash all of Ben's aliens, including Diamond Head. Diamond Head was actually able to seal malware. And again, this is a young Diamond Head we're talking about here. 10-year-old Diamond Head here. Was able to beat malware quite casually, mind you. And this was an anti-malware that had the power to destroy Galvin B in one shot. So, Galvin B, being a moon much bigger than our moon, puts him at a planetary level. Diamond Head, being able to literally no-diff him, which means there's a 10-time difference, means that, again, Diamond Head would be in those large planetaries. Vilgax should actually be around that same level, or again, much higher, considering he manhandled him, which is, again, a 10 times difference on its own. So, with that being said here, he will also scale above Cannonbolt, who was able to destroy the Great One. The Great One has enough power to destroy a planet. And again, we have Upchuck eating a star, which at its lower ends comes out to multi-continental. Higher ends, it actually comes around large planetary, because again, it still is a miniature version of the sun. It's still a star, nevertheless, and Upchuck just, you know, ate it and blasted it up into the Earth's atmosphere and stuff like that, though. Does the energy blast actually go somewhere? Like, that energy does have to dissipate eventually. Does it eventually hit something? Whatever. Vilgax also has like very few hacks and abilities here. He has his enhancements. He can physically enhance himself, and believe it or not, he actually does have a bit of electricity when he does it here. So you could probably say that his physical enhancements give him like mild electricity. Now let's talk about something else that I've actually seen people, well, point out to me a little bit here. And that is the sheer fact that Vilgax might scale above a 10-year-old Clockwork. I'm saying might. This is because, you know, Kid Ben always had trouble with Vilgax. And I mean, obviously, dude was literally the Darkseid and Thanos of the villains rogues gallery, right? And then we have the sheer fact that he would also scale above a 10-year-old feedback. And in all honesty, I don't know why Ben would use feedback on Vilgax, but again, he was dumb like that. Anyway, the sheer fact that, again, 10-year-old Ben has Clockwork, and we know that he still struggled with Vilgax while he was 10 years old, it makes me actually think that Vilgax should scale above that 10-year-old Clockwork. I mean, we know he scales above other aliens in the Omnitrix minus Waybig. But again, maybe Clockwork is just an exception, or maybe it's just a one-time thing, and I might be reading into it. So, let's actually say that he does, just for the sake of this video, with his, you know, regular stuff being large planetary, higher ends being universal, and obviously he has enhancement physical strength, or physical strength enhancement, and, excuse me, physical strength enhancements, and obviously high levels of resistance. So, without further ado, let's talk about this, right? Who wins? The Tengu Shredder versus Vilgax. Who takes this more often than not? Now, when it comes to the advantages here, I do think Vilgax is definitely the more intelligent of the two. I also think that due to the sheer fact he can increase his physical strength, he should be able to match Shredder in his dragon form, at least for a bit here. However, the problem here is that Vilgax is not as skilled as Shredder, and he does not have the hexes to actually combat the Tengu Shredder here. See, you can be just as strong as somebody, just as durable as somebody, just as fast as your opponent, but if they have a versatile advantage over you, and it's a significant margin too, it's not looking good for you at all. Keep in mind how Tengu Shredder was beaten as well here. Karai had to perform a ritual to zap this man of all of his strength, of all of his magical powers, while getting jumped by the Dragon Ninja Turtles. Like, they were straight up jumping that man, dogpiling him, and hitting him with some Pokemon moves. The only alien that Ben actually has magical experience with is Terraspin. And he's a magical deterrent. Because again, somehow his species is just like immune to like magical abilities and stuff like that. So it is what it is here. But again, Vilgax has never fought Terraspin, and even if he did, in all honesty, it's not because Terraspin has magical capabilities. He has magical potential, but Ben's never showed he could use the magical capabilities. So with that being said here, I think Tengu Shredder actually takes this. I think the fight will start off in obviously his base form, and then eventually it'll graduate to his dragon form. But once he really starts whipping out those hexes and starts really boxing Vilgax in a hand-to-hand scenario where he's definitely the more skilled fighter, I see it where Vilgax just can't keep up eventually and just gets overwhelmed by it. Then we also have the sheer fact that he can resurrect the dead with his own domain expansion, if you will. And, well, at that point, Vilgax is just getting overwhelmed by an endless and undead army. Even if he can kill all of it, it's just going to exhaust him to the point where, well, you know, Shredder can take it. Now, if this was Conqueror Vilgax, who gets around to the star level margins and stuff like that there, then, yeah, it's pretty much it. It's over. I think the Tengu Shredder gets outdone unless we really go with those universal metas and stuff here. And the same with Vilgax. Even if we give him those universal metas here, he could still get out hacks. But again, Conqueror Vilgax with the star and universal level metas, yeah, I definitely think Conqueror Vilgax takes it. But again, when it comes to Season 1 menaces and, you know, their first appearances of each other, respectively, because again, Tengu Shredder is the original. Yeah, I see Tengu Shredder taking this with mid difficulty at the most here. But hey, that's going to be all today, you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Gridlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.